Okay. Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to A Little Catholic Boost, a daily reflection on the readings from Mass. Thank you so much for being here. I feel so blessed to have you, and thank you for taking the time to pray with me today. Our meditation today is going to be coming from the Gospel of John, which I am going to be reading with you guys today. Jesus says in this reading, "Truly, truly, I say to you, you will weep and lament, but the world will rejoice. You will be sorrowful, but your sorrow will turn into joy. When a woman is in labor, she has pain, because her hour has come. But when she is delivered of the child, she no longer remembers the anguish, for joy that a child is born into the world. So you have sorrow now, but I will see you again, and your hearts will rejoice, and no one will take your joy from you." So a couple days ago, we were meditating on a reading from the Acts of the Apostles, which focused a lot on Paul and on this jailer who found joy in Christianity. And I was talking a lot about how Christians can find joy even amidst the hardest of times because we have Christ who gives us eternal joy. Today, I feel like Jesus is really talking about the importance of a time of mourning, which seems very opposite to what I was talking about just a few days ago, but that will come into play a little bit as well. So Jesus talks about how the apostles are in this time of anguish, right? There will be a time of anguish, a time of sorrow, when the world rejoices, but you are sorrowful. And in our lives, there are going to be hard times. There are going to be times when we don't feel like going on. Times when things are just so miserable that we don't see the need to have hope. And there are times when things that are truly awful happen to us. Just a few days before this happened, Jesus was mourning the loss of his friend Lazarus who had died. Jesus himself mourned. Jesus himself felt anguish. We think of his time on the cross. You didn't see Jesus happily skipping along, carrying the cross on his shoulder. So Jesus here doesn't sugarcoat that life isn't easy. And things will be hard. And you will need to mourn over them. You will anguish over them. Like he said, a woman in labor. There are very few women who have joyful labors. But in that pain is always the hope of new life. So Jesus here is not discounting the anguish and the pain and the hard times of life. But he's also putting them in their proper place, because times of mourning and sorrow and anguish are not inherently bad, but it's when we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel that they can really bring us into a dark place and keep us away from the light of God, because we let worry and evil surround us so that we blind ourselves to the light that is there, whether we see it or not. So times of pain and mourning, they happen. And coping and going through those times is needed. But we always need to make sure that we don't let the bad times blind us to the good and the truth that is there. And it may take time to mourn or to be upset about something that happens, and that's okay. But we always have to know that eventually God has a plan and it will all work out. Mourning without hope is just misery. And we need to trust God, even in those times. That is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you could, make sure you like and comment and share and subscribe and hit the little notification bell so that you can see when I post my videos. Thank you all so much for watching. God bless, and may we all ever grow in love of the Lord. Bye.
To A Little Catholic Boost. I'm your host, A Little Catholic Boost.